Hello everyone! Today I'll show you my apartment hunting journey in New York City. That is kinda stressful. So first, let me share my criteria for choosing an apartment. I have a text here because I'm still bad in speaking, so yeah, we have what we have. The first criteria, silence. This is extremely important for me because I need peace and quiet almost like every time. Most of the time, especially at night. I know I live in New York City, but right now I'm living in a quiet apartment, so I know they exist. The second is modern AC. I can't stand living in building with old fans because they are way too noisy for me and I just can't sleep. Yes, I'm so sensitive person. I can't sleep when they are working. 3. Window exposure. I prefer windows facing south and east because right now I'm living with north exposure and it's colder here and there is almost no sun. Like I'm working from home and it's depressing when you don't see this sunlights and it's kind of dark. 4. Bathtub. New York is a stressful city and this is my only way to relax, like just soaking in the bathtub, so yes, bathtub. And size. What's wrong? Okay, I'm sorry. Size. I want to be honest, I don't like small apartments. I feel myself like I'm living in a cage. I used to live in huge apartments alone, like in Europe when I'm from. And like huge, it's not like the castle, but like 3-bed, for example, for me. And I have each room for every task, like to sleep, to work, and like to chill. And right now I live in 1 bedroom, and of course it's kind of small for me, and it's like I have a queen-sized room, and for me it's not enough. At least king size, I don't know. But it's not necessary, but I prefer to live in bigger one. Let's get started. The first apartment I checked out is in a Battery Park neighborhood. This area is great for walking around, and overall I prefer the west side to the east. But honestly, it feels a bit too noisy to actually live here. Anyway, here's our building. It was pretty dark inside because of the electricity issue, sorry about that. The apartment felt cozy, and I could already imagine how cute it would look in the winter. The window view faced a small garden and the Hudson River. You can't see the river in the video, but trust me, it's there. And also I couldn't really show the bathroom properly because of the lighting issue. Sorry about that again. So, pros. Cozy atmosphere and garden river view. Cons. Too dark, with no sunlight. I checked with my sun tracking app. The space was small, and the 2 closets weren't nearly enough for me. Honestly, I couldn't imagine living there, so let's move on. The next apartment was in the same building but on the 3rd floor. It had a bigger living room and a separate kitchen, which was a nice bonus. But the downsides. The room was still small and it faced north, which means no good sunlight. Also, the old fan was way too noisy for me. I have super sensitive hearing. So, yeah, that was no. I viewed a few apartments in Chelsea. It's still on the west side. If you know, you know. They were in old buildings, and I usually prefer newer ones because of the modern AC systems. But I decided to check them out anyway. Why not? So let's start with bathrooms. Apartments without a bathtub are an automatic no for me. There were only one room. The room was extremely small, and the living room weren't much better. So let's move on to the next one. The second apartment was almost identical. Same bathroom, same small room, same small living room. The view from the window wasn't great either, and the sunlight situation wasn't much better. And even with the window closed, I could still hear the noisy fans outside. I wasn't too surprised, so I didn't let it bother me. Oh, and the bathroom could only be accessed through the bedroom, which isn't ideal if you have guests. The third apartment in Chelsea was the best of the three. It was bigger, sunnier, and felt more comfortable overall. But even here, the noise was too much for me. The bedroom was small and the closet space was still lacking. So that was no again. I had a few hours before my last viewing, so I decided to grab lunch. I usually eat Mediterranean food and I tried a new spot near the subway. I ordered rice, greens, tzatziki, veggies and jalapenos. Funny story, I didn't realize how spicy the jalapenos were until I took a full bite. Full bite of jalapenos. Lesson learned. Always pay attention when they are explaining the ingredients. The last apartment was in the Grand Central area. I really like this neighborhood. It's clean, the vibe is great, Chrysler building. Honestly, I got to see the Chrysler building up close for the first time, which was pretty cool. This apartment had a lot going for it. A beautiful view, plenty of closet space, great sunlight. You see, that was a nice apartment. I really liked it. But the noise level was a deal breaker. Even with double paned windows, I could still hear traffic and noisy fans outside. Traffic is not a big problem for me, but fans. For someone like me who needs quiet to sleep and work, it's just not an option. It was really frustrating to turn it down because it had so much potential. But I know that my health and peace of mind come first. By the end of the day, I was feeling a bit down about finding the right place in Manhattan. Just to cheer myself up, I treated myself to some macarons in Koreatown. I rarely eat sweets. I'm not a sweet tooth, but pistachio and matcha latte macarons are my favorites. They are not too sweet, just perfect. I don't eat junk food often, but sometimes you just need a little treat, right? This time I was exploring Hunters Point and Long Island City. Another fun story, I had no idea there was a marathon happening that day. I was running late and didn't even know how to get around it. The first apartment I visited, I didn't film because the owner showed it to me herself and she had her stuff all over the place. Honestly, she seemed totally smitten with me because she was already talking as if she'd hand me the keys right then and there. And honestly, apartment was extremely good. Let me tell you, the apartment was really nice. Really nice. King size bedroom, medium size living room, a lot of closets, sunny side. Like, it was perfect. But also she said that she'd leave me a TV, huge TV, for me. You know, I'm a nice person. So, the deal breaker was the noise, because right outside the windows there was a cute mini garden, but with massive fence and a huge vent. Even with the window closed, I could still hear it, because this building was old and the noise isolation wasn't great. So yeah. And the next apartment was in the same building but on the higher floor, and I was really hoping that it would be better. Because, spoiler alert, that was my favorite apartment I've seen that day. I had some time to kill before the viewing, so I grabbed a slice of pepperoni pizza. It's been a while since I had it, but with all this apartment hunting stress, I needed something quick and filling to keep me going. Okay, back to the apartment. Look at this room. It was so sunny and beautiful. There were tons of closets. There was a spacious living room filled with natural light, and even a partial water view. Plus it had a kitchen island, a huge bonus since I love filming cookies videos. Turning this apartment down was so hard, but those fan noises, they were still there. I even asked the broker if it was just me being sensitive, but she said nope, that's just the regular sound of the fans. At that point I knew it wasn't going to work. Feeling a little defeated, I moved on to check out some apartments in Long Island City. This building was close to the subway tracks, so I was curious to see if you could hear the trains. The first apartment was dark and on the shady side with a balcony. The view was kind of depressing, but it was so quiet. No train noise at all. But still, it was a no for me. She showed me the rooftop too, but honestly, the one I have now is better, so I wasn't impressed. The second apartment was bigger and had a kitchen island, which I liked. Also, there was a balcony, but you see this view, it's like the same depressing view. The bedroom was tiny. I seriously don't get how it works. How are you supposed to fit anything in a room that small? I couldn't even fit a queen bed in there. Makes no sense. The third apartment. Well, that one was kind of hilarious. Look at how dark it is. There is barely any light in there. Sorry, no electricity. And another small room, but with a huge balcony, really huge. I'll admit, I did start imagining how romantic it would be to sit out there. But let's be real, the apartment itself wasn't a good fit. I didn't choose any of these apartments, so in the next video you'll see a few more, maybe not few. I hope you enjoyed this video and let me know in the comments, maybe you have your own apartment hunting struggles or what you think about these apartments I showed you. So thank you for watching, feel free to follow me and see you!